everybody. Welcome to Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day. So today we're making an Indigenous Pizza Bagel. And we have our salsa. And we have the good of the orange feathers and the red.
It wouldn't be
heat.
It wouldn't be Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day without a feather. Because we want to acknowledge our Native American Indian ancestry of this great country of ours. And what is the color of a habanero that's going to give this Indigenous pizza bagel? It's Latino heat.
White American orange.
Yeah, you got it. Right? American orange habanero. But we could also say that habanero is indigenous to Mexico. Okay? So, these days, half our country is Dreamer Central, so let's give them love too. Okay? Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day. Holla! So, now, where is this habanero coming from exactly? Chef Samuels, would you like to point out where the habanero flavor is coming from?
But I didn't explain what's in it. Lime, salsa, peppers, all kinds of stuff.
But the habanero heat
Heat
is coming from the cheese guy. This brilliant guy, cheese guy. He made a cheese with habanero, heat, and cheddar. Totally worth the extra splurge. A+ touch right here. Now, this is going to produce mucho dinero heat. We got a salsa. My son, Chef Samuels, was correct. Salsa does have tomatoes, cilantro, a little garlic, but in this case, we don't have any freaking lime or lemon. So you can say, you know what? You're not really this indigenous salsa maker. You're not from Mexico, Native American Indian, always carried a spare lime with him to freaking brighten up his buffalo quesadilla. So how indigenous are you, right? But I am very indigenous because I share a connection with the Hebrew people because we are using a bagel. Now, every indigenous Jew to New York knows that you don't buy packaged bagels, right? Because they can be stale, right, Chef Samuels? So at one point, we actually considered getting packaged bagels because I was struggling with the opening of the plastic bag at the supermarket in front of my son, which was completely brutal. But I got past my initial putsy bust issues. So now we are going to assemble the Indigenous Pizza Bagel. Now, Chef Samuels, why don't you tell the audience our history with pizza bagels in general?
Pizza bagels are from history. And
what's your personal history of pizza bagels?
the history of pizza bagels,
Your personal history.
the Chicos in Katona, and where we get those pizza bagels is the beginning of pizza bagels.
Yes, you would say that's
Where
where
I
the
tried
root
my
of pizza bagel love
pizza bagel.
took
Yeah.
form, right? And I hope our audience is enjoying my son's straitjacket polo look, right? Yeah, because you're probably thinking, hey, I'm not really vibing with your episode, your Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day. It sounds a little bit ass backward, Holmes, but not really, because we're celebrating the beauty of all indigenous cultures. That being the Latino heat from Mexico, that being the extra Jewy, shishi, borderline putsy, Jewy New York, inhabitant connection. And in addition to that, we are also paying respect to the Italians. Because my wife, she says, oh great, for you, you're not that good of an actor, but for a wise-ass Jew to do a wise-ass Italian, like Dice, isn't a radical departure. But Dice is Jewish. His name is Andrew Silverstein. So anyway.
And he's a horrible person.
Yeah, he was a awesome stay-at-home dad when he was rebuilding his career from scratch. And his kids aren't degenerate, dependent fuck-ups, so Dice has done excellent on that front. But this kid is going to be funnier when it's all said and done. But Dice was an incredible innovator and a comedic legend. And played a major influence in my development.
Rodney's so better.
Yes, I agree. Rodney was definitely a stronger writer. You can make an argument that Dice was a better riffer. So here we go. And you can make an argument that he painted funnier pictures a tad better than Rodney. But The only comedians that were on Rodney Dangerfield's deathbed was Sandler, the Golden Jew, Supreme, Robert Schimmel, and Dice. Pretty cool. Anyway, so we got the salsa. So I mentioned the Italian roots. So we're paying homage to the Italian roots because what's in a pizza bagel? I mean, it's marinara sauce and like mozzarella, right? But we are avoiding regular blah. Now, is that bad regular blah? No, not even close. But, you know, one time I made a pizza bagel and I used salsa. And I've used salsa for hot dogs before, right? So,
Very good.
Yes. So whenever you can enhance flavor to something and add a deeper, more flavorful dimension, the better, right? So right now we're toasting this pizza bagel, okay? Air fryer, true gift from God, okay?
What is that?
Looks fancy, the toaster, you don't get crumbs going everywhere. It's nice. Strongly recommend one. Strongly recommend an air fryer addition to your life. So we got, now we're
I'm
using...
a chef and this is ready.
Yeah, it's not ready yet. So, but now we could add butter, but that's going to be weird. Like, I mean, like what? For example, if we were making a quesadilla, would we add? I mean, could you fry up a quesadilla in butter? Yeah, but it's totally not necessary because we're getting creamy yumminess from this cheese, and we got the salsa. We're going for clear, bright flavors, and also like you don't want to make a freaking pizza bagel with onion. You don't want to taste onion. This isn't like Jewy break the fast. I want to taste onion and scallion and a mouthful of oniony Jew. We're not doing that. So I think now Chef Samuels is right. So Chef Samuels, so what do you have to say about this creation? How many of your friends at school do you think could take one bite of this and say, I want more? Or how many of them do you think would just completely pussy out, drink all the milk,
They will
and
fall out
and
out.
open up a fire hydrant and say, I can't take it anymore. I'm not used to this. Too spicy. It's too exciting for me. How do you think your friend Lucci would handle a dish like this? What's your opinion?
Yeah.
I mean, he's hardcore. Do you think he'd give it a shot?
The first taste would be like, and then it's gonna be like, that's how it's normally.
So we went heavy on the habanero, and because I want to experience the full-fledged flavor of the Indigenous Pizza Bagel Supreme. And my daughter just came downstairs and made a slightly annoying interjection because like we're flowing, and of course it's my son's pleasure to give mommy an espresso, but that has nothing to do with Indigenous People Day.
Oh,
And it's nothing to do with Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day. Although, if this was like a traditional pizza bagel,
I'll be back in a second.
maybe. Because you have like the Italian connection, espresso, after any sort of like marinara based dish. But anyway, so now this would be dumb to put the salsa in the air fryer, okay? You want this to be cold. Right now, we do make a Mexican lasagna inspired by Martha Stewart, where we actually do bake that sauce into it. But we're not doing that for this pizza bagel. Not happening. So you could say the major motivation for us doing this episode today is so we could popularize the expression Indigenous Pizza Bagel Day. And because the idea of piercing our Indigenous pizza bagel with a feather was a very funny image, and I want to make that happen. So, dream attack now. Will your creations and imaginative concepts into reality now? You'll be richer for it. And you'll feel more alive than others because you had a creative impulse and you did something with it. Because most people don't. And here we go. Looks like we are ready to rock. So we are gonna get up 2 plates so we can split up this bad boy. I'm gonna be cold calling all day during my power hours. So I wanna power up. One of these halves is mine, other half is for the king.
Do I get a bite?
The 7-year-old comedian.
Oh.
Yeah, you can take a bite.
Yay!
And you guys can get funky and try one with onion. And say, Daddy, you were right, onion doesn't mesh with this, but
It won't.
maybe I'll be wrong. Or you could just take off the onions, which I know sounds very tedious and annoying,
to do this.
and nitpicking, but
Yeah, two next.
it could be worth it.
No.
But you can also make this in English muffins too, for those at home. So that's an option. Cameraman. Millionaire by 10. Archer USA. My firstborn son. Who's
The
our...
one that
That's a
doesn't
favorite
look
son.
good.
Now, you
I call
gotta,
this hat.
you gotta love this presentation. Rub-a-dub-dub-douche.
Mine is gonna have a feather on it.
Alright. So,
Indians.
here we go. Come over here, King.
No.
Don't get distracted. This is your priority. Alright? Indigenous
Pizza.
Pizza Bagel Day. L'chaim. Worth the shop to Michael's. They got the feather. Totally worth all the hype. Yep. We got our cameraman a pink Lambo.
The
Because
Porsches are still better.
that's going to be his first big time car after his starter car. And we could be more excited for Archo's future. So here we go. Indigenous
Pizza bagel.
Pizza Bagel Day. L'chaim.
Bye.
Enjoy.